Hello everyone, myself Nishitha, Assistant Professor, Department of CSIT, working at Amara Institute of Technology. In previous sessions, we have seen about file system. In that file system, we have seen about what is a file, what are the attributes of a file, and what are the different directories of a file. In this session, we are going to see about file system mounting. So let us see the overview of this presentation. In this file system mounting, we are going to see about file system mounting and about file sharing, how the files are shared with different users and multiple users. So let us start with file system mounting. So the name says mounting is nothing but attaching the files to the user. So whenever I want to execute some C files, C program files. So for the C program files, if I want to execute, we need turbo C, yes or no? To execute these C programs, we need some turbo C. So for this, I want to execute the files from C to D. So in this case, how we are going to mount these files from C to D? So let us see the command for this. So then we need to write C:/mount C / then turbo C to /D. So this is the how we are this is the files attaching from C to D by using mount. So mount is nothing but attaching the files from one file to another file, attaching the files. The name says mounting is attaching files. So let us see what do you mean by mounting of a file system. So mounting is a process in which the operating system adds the directories and files from a storage device. So the name itself says, until now I have said if I want to execute program files from C to D, so in that case we are mounting, means attaching the files from C to D. So in here whatever the directories and files which we want to attach, then that our files are used for the storage device to the user's computer file system. So means whatever the files and directories which are required, that are taken from the storage device and they are attaching to user's computer file system. The file system is attached to an empty directory. So when the files are empty, then that empty files are attached to empty directory. By adding, so the system user can access the data which is available and the storage device through file system manager. So whatever the required data and whatever the accessing files are needed, which are inside in the storage device. So suppose the folder D drive consists some C program files. So in that C program files, whatever we want to execute or we want to change any update of that files. So in that case, we need to take that file system from the file manager to update the access permissions like read, write and execute permissions for the required files. So storage systems can be internal hard disk and external hard disk. Storage systems can be maybe internal hard disk drives or external hard disk drives or USB or flash drivers and SSD cards. SSD cards are nothing but secondary storage devices, and memory cards and network attached storage devices, and other than CDs and DVDs, remote file system or anything else. So what are the different storage systems we are using for the internal connection of files? That may be like internal hard disk and external hard disk, maybe USB drivers, memory cards, CDs and DVDs, and other than this is network attached storage devices. So whatever we required or whatever we share with the other files, we can use through network attached storage devices. This is how we are going to mounting these file systems. Next, what are the terminologies used in file system mounting? So there we are using three terminologies. What are they? By using file system, device name and mount point. In file system, it is the method used by the operating system to manage data storage in a storage device. So file system, what this file system does? It manages the data and save the files in a storage device. So a user can access and organize the directories and files in an efficient manner. So that files can be organized and then it can be accessed through in an efficient manner. Maybe the files can be accessed through sequential order, and whatever the required files we can search in an efficient manner. That is how we are going to take this terminology in file system. Next, device name. It is a name or identifier given to a storage partition. So device name is nothing but giving the name for the particular storage partition wherever we required as a name or identifier. In Windows, for example, D in Windows. So device name is nothing but something example. In Windows, we are taking the example D as Windows. Next, mount point. It is an empty directory in which we are adding the file system during the process of mounting. So suppose here I am taking example. Here the root node starts. Okay. In this I want to attach some C to D drives. So C file, then D file, then D file, again D consists some E file and F file. So here C is mounting. So mounting the files from C to D, and D is connecting with again EF file. So how we are going to mount mount means attaching the files from C to D. So next is file sharing. How we are going to share the files from one user to another user or one user to multiple users. So file sharing in operating system denotes how the information of the files are shared between different users. So how the files are shared from one user to other user or multiple users in computers or devices on a network. Other than computers, we can share through devices or through a network. Files are units of data that are stored in a computer in the form of. So files are in which format they may be, under documents, images, videos and any other types of information needed. So the files may be of doc files, text files, maybe object files, maybe MP3 files, maybe video files and any image files. So whatever the files which we need to share, that may be of different type of files, that are nothing but maybe doc file, text file, object file, MP3 file or MP4 file or any JPEG means image files. So for example, suppose letting your computer talk to another computer by exchanging pictures. So one computer is exchanging the pictures to another computer, or any documents or any useful data, whatever they required, maybe pictures, maybe documents or any useful information can be shared from one system to another system. This is generally useful when one wants to work on the project with others. So this is nothing but if one system wants the work on the project, that can be shared with others. That may be sending files to the friends. So one system to other friends means sharing the related project work with others. Or simply shift stuff to another device, maybe shifting that and storing that in one pen drive and sharing with another device. Our OS provides way to do this, email attachments or cloud services, etc. So in our operating system, it provides some mailing, means we can send the project through mail or through any cloud service. So cloud service may be of very different types, maybe as, PaaS, SaaS. So based on that cloud service, they can share the project information or whatever the required data can be shared through one user to another user, to make sharing process easier and more secure. So that process sharing can be done easily and more secure. Now file sharing is nothing but like a magical bridge between computer A to B, allowing them to swap the files with each other. So suppose computer A So this is A computer wants to send the information to computer B. So sending the information, it receives some acknowledgements. So whatever the required data can be taken, means giving request, they are sending some acknowledgement, they are giving some response to the from computer A to computer B. This is how you are going to share the informations from one system to another system. Next, what is the primary terminology related for this file sharing? Let's see what are the various to achieve this, but there are some important terminals one should know before the hand. Let's discuss those primary terminologies first. So what are the different terminologies is nothing but folder or in directory, and networking. Networking is based on IP address and protocol, and next one is file transfer protocol, nothing but FTP. So folder or directory. What is this folder or directory? It is basically, folder is nothing but it consists of files in a computer of which consists of files in a folder. So suppose D folder consists of set of files in one folder. The folder can contain files and even other folders maintaining like hierarchical structure for organizing data. So this D contains another subdirectories or subfolders like E and F. In this also it consists some files, and this also consists some files in an hierarchical order. That is how the folder and directory formed in the computer system. Next, networking. It is involved in connecting computers or devices where we need to share the resources. Networks can be maybe local or global. Local in the sense local area network, LAN, or global in the sense throughout the internet connection. And through sharing this networking, we are having two. What are they? IP address and protocol. In IP address, it is nothing but it is a numerical data given to every connected device on the network. So based on the IP address only, they can connect through an internet or any network. So what is protocol? It is given a set of rules which drives the communication between devices on a network. So protocol is nothing but set of rules which drives the communication between devices on the network. In the context of sharing, file sharing, protocols define how files are transferred between computers, how the files are transferred from one system to other systems through this network or any protocol we are using. Next one is file transfer protocol. It is nothing but FTP. It is a standard network protocol used to transfer files between client and server on a computer network. So client and server is nothing but, suppose here client and next here server. So client want to send the request to server. So request gives response. So this is how we are going to transfer the files from client to server. So client is sending requests and server is giving some acknowledgement, nothing but response from a computer network. So how we are going to share this? By using file transfer protocol, sharing from client to server. And next, what are the various ways to achieve this files sharing? So there are three ways. What are they? Server message block and network file system, and file transfer protocol, and cloud based file sharing. So in this we are going to discuss about first one is server message block. How this server message block is used to share the files. So server message block is like network based file sharing protocol mainly used in Windows operating system. So SMB is used mainly in the Windows operating system. It allows the files or a printer on a network, and it is a standard way for a seamless file transfer method and printer sharing. So whatever the files required. So if I want to take some files or images printout, so in this case what we are taking some printouts of so and so files which are required for the user. So in that case we are using this, how the file is transferred to the server and how the printer gives the images or document files as a print. So example, imagine in a company where the employees have to share the files on a particular project. One company has to have some employees to share the files for a particular project. So some people, some employees want to share their files to other company for a particular project. Here, SMB is employed to share files among all the Windows-based operating system. So whoever having all the Windows-based system, they can share with these files for the particular employees to their project for the resource of their employee. Alright. On projects, SMB is employed to share files between Windows-based computers. So, it is used to share the files between only Windows-based computers. Users can access shared folders on a server to create, modify and delete files. So, the users can only access by using any creation of file, or they can share, or they can modify, or they can delete unwanted files from the system. So, here client and server. So here client is sending some SMS requests. So SMS request is sent to server. What the server is doing, he is giving some response. So SMS responses. So client is sending some request. Maybe he wants some so and so file. Can you please send or any update on so and so project? Can you please help? So he will do the update and send the reply for the client. So this is how the SMB works from the client and server. And next one is network file system. In this network file system, it is a distributed based file sharing protocol mainly used in Linux or Unix based operating system. So this is what it is, one kind of file sharing protocol, and it is mainly used in Linux or Unix operating system. It allows a computer to share files over a network as if they are based on local. Here the files over a network which are under the network, only the clients can share. Why? Because other than the clients no one can share. Why? Because only the authorized person only can share the files other than the unauthorized person. It provides an efficient way to transfer of files between the server and clients. And we have seen how the server and client. Server is sending some request and the client is giving some response to the client. So whatever we are sending the information, that may be shared to by using this file sharing protocol. So files can be shared by this file sharing protocol, FTP. So example, many programmers or universities, research institution uses Linux or Unix based operating system. Yes, in any institute or any programming languages can be run through Unix or Linux operating system. The institute puts up a global server datasets using network file system. So the institution keeps some global server datasets using this network file transfer protocol or network file system. The researchers and students can access these shared directories and everyone can collaborate on it. Yes, however, the students gets the access and they can share the documents and they can collaborate it to each and everyone. So that is what here network, all the clients are using this network. So network is transferred to server. So whatever the clients are nothing but students are sharing their directories to the server, and server is giving some response to that all the clients. So however, they are shared with this network file system. Next one is file transfer protocol. It is the most common standard protocol for transferring of the files between a client and a server on a computer network. So it is nothing but until now we have seen every file is shared between client and server. Client is sending request and server is giving response. That is how we are going to share the files by using this file transfer protocol. FTP supports both uploading and downloading of all the files. So it supports all the files which we need to upload and it gives an download. So it is used for the permission for uploading and it is used to take the downloading also. Our download or upload and transfer the files from one computer to another computer over the network between computer systems. So without network we cannot transfer these files because it is using file transfer protocol. So based on the internet only the files can be shared from one system to another system. So let us see the example for FTP. Suppose the developer makes changes on the server using this file transfer protocol. The developer connects to the server. They can update the server with new website content and updates the existing file over there. So here it is uploading some new websites. It is uploading some new websites, and the file transfer is taking it and downloading the new websites. So whatever the required data, any updates from the server, they can use easily upload or easily download. That is how you are going to share the file using this file transfer protocol. Next one is cloud-based file sharing. It involves the famous ways of using online services like Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, and etc. So any user can store files over these cloud services, and they can share with others. So here the services used in this cloud-based file sharing are Google Drives, Dropbox, and OneDrive. So these drive links can be shared from one user to another using based on these cloud services, and providing access from many users. Only the authorized person can only do the access for so and so. Suppose we are sending some drive links. So drive links, we get the options like he can view, he can edit, or he can update. So viewer, editor, and update. So if you are sending a drive link only by viewer, so only particular person only can view, he cannot edit. Why? Because only the drive link can be used to access the permission for only viewing purpose. He cannot update or he cannot do edit options for the required drive links. In the drive links, what are the files required, they cannot edit. That is how we are sharing for the authorized persons for viewing or editing or updating. It includes collaborations in real-time file sharing and version control access. So file sharing can control some version control access in the real time. For example, several students working on a project that they can use Google Drive to store and share for that purpose. Until now I said. So several students are using some Google Drive links and they are storing for the project work, and the project work can be shared only to the particular user. Only that particular user can only do the access by viewing. So he cannot edit or he cannot do any updates. So they can access the files from any computer or mobile devices, and they can changes in real time and track the changes over there. So they can change. If they give the edit option to all the link over there, so who are viewing with that link, the person with the one institution only he can access or he can do the editing. Other than that, he cannot do. So while sharing this drive link, he can only access by viewing or editing or any updations. So with the particular institution of that students only can access. Why? Because they are giving access permission. Due to this, the project can be done only to the particular student to access this updation or edit option for particular files required. This all file sharing methods serves different purpose and needs according to the requirements and flexibility of the users based on their operating system. This is how the cloud-based file sharing can be done through Google Drive links for further any projects to the users can share in the real time. How we are sharing? By accessing through drive links, giving the permissions to the particular institution mail ID. Only the students with that mail ID only can do the access permissions like viewer or editor or any updations. So that is what about cloud-based file sharing through Google Drive links. So in this session we have seen about file sharing and file mounting. So if you have any doubts, you can comment in comment box. Thank you.